So we're here at Disneyland. First time, actually, I've ever been to Disneyland. I've been to World, obviously, plenty of times. So, really exciting stuff. Let's see, the Pixar Pier just opened. So we'll be able to see that. And of course, Pixar Fest is going on currently. So yeah, a lot of fun. We'll check it out. You can see here the Star Wars land construction. Let's go to California Adventure first. Try to ride the new Incredicoaster. So here's a Bug's Lane, and it's going to be closing soon. Really cool here, and then there is, what is it? Guardians of the Galaxy, Mission Breakout, and so I got a fast pass for that, so I'm going to be doing and riding that real quickly, and then hopefully go on the Incredicoaster. So let's see. So the Incredicoaster was incredible. No pun intended, but it was awesome. So as I said, Incredibles coaster, great. Now we're gonna go ride the Cars ride. Here it's really good. Don't have it in Orlando, obviously, so it should be a fun experience. Cars lying out. Cars ride really good. Reminded me a lot of Test Track, which is, I love Test Track, so it was incredible, and you know, it of course had a story element, so I think it flowed very well. The animatronics in there are crazy cool, like really neat. So if you find yourself in Disneyland, California, please go ride it. Do yourself a favor. So Guardians of the Galaxy was great, although it did seem a little forced. Like it didn't flow very well, especially like they definitely like transformed it from Tower of Terror, right? They didn't change a significant amount about it, except for obviously the screens and everything else. So it was good. Like I loved it, and I love those types of rides. But I wish they would have done something completely new and different with it, rather than just kind of re-theming the same thing. And of course, Tower of Terror has that natural nostalgia with it. So, I don't know, Disney. We'll see. They're of course creating Marvel Land. It's going to be attached to it, so maybe that's part of their motivation in keeping half of it alive for the people that are nostalgic about Tower of Terror, and filling in the area with Marvel stuff. So, you know what? Props to them. So one of my least favorite things is whenever kids are just wandering around and their parents aren't really like watching them, and they'll like run into you and because they aren't looking, and you'll just kind of feel awkward because like I'm a grown guy and having a kid awkwardly run into me is not great, especially when the family looks over in its awkward position. Oh no, definitely not ideal for any situation. So here's a really cool view of these bugs right there. Here's a really cool view of Pixar Pier. You can kind of see it right now. They're doing testing on the Incredicoaster. I did get to ride it this morning, but it shut down pretty quickly after that. And so here you can see it kind of lit up at night. And in these little tunnels, there's like a show that goes on. So right there's last woman that she's just kind of little storylines that you're trying to catch Jack, right? And so the roller coaster itself wasn't like that intense, although I did sit in the second row, so that probably has a lot to do with it. But really cool, and you can see there's Toy Story Midway Mania right there, and they were just testing some of the carts going back and forth, trying to get it back up and running. But it's been down since like noon or 1, so I was going to try to get a nighttime ride in today. Not sure if that's going to be able to happen. But yeah, it's just a really cool nighttime view over the water. Now I will mention while I'm right here is there's the Lamplight Lounge, and really good food. I had these amazing wings, just fell off right off the bone, and they have specialty drinks. There's an upper lounge right here, and so you can wait a shorter amount of time to sit at the upper lounge, and that's what I did. And I set up the bar where you can just order food and order drinks. And then the lower lounge, obviously, is if you want to do like a full dining experience. You can only order appetizers if you're up there. That's what I ended up getting, and it tasted amazing. And you can also see the entrance to the Incredicoaster right there. So highly recommend if you're coming here. You just need to, plan out your day. There is a line that only forms outside, so just plan out your day and realize that you'll probably be there for a solid 45 minutes to an hour. So I did get to try the alien macaroon. Incredible. I was very surprised. I thought it was just gonna be your typical theme park suite, but it was really good. I was very surprised. Disney's definitely stepping up their game when it comes to those kinds of things. This one's crazy big. So some guy was waiting in line with me for Splash Mountain, and he was expressing how angry he was that they changed the redhead scene for her to be a powerful female character. To be fair, the scene didn't really need to be changed. No one was really angry about it. But he was just very passionate about how bad this was and how it was erasing history. Kind of interesting. So unfortunately, we won't be able to ride Incredicoaster again, but they did give me a fast pass for any ride. So I'm gonna go use that on Guardians of the Galaxy to kind of close out the night. But yeah, really wish I could have ridden the Incredicoaster at night, but I do understand that it just opened up, so they're gonna have a lot of technical issues. Yeah, let's go ride Mission Breakout. There's some more of the Bugs Life land. It's going to be torn down soon for Marvel Land that they're making way for. It's kind of cool because it's like you're the size of the bug, but of course they have Toy Story Land in Disney World now that uses the same kind of theming with the tall plants to make it really look like you're a insect or small toy. So I think really this land is cool, but they do need to do some Marvel, and they do have Toy Story Land coming up. How beautiful it looks at night. I'm a guardian. I just realized they use bugs for the light post. It's like little light bugs. Cool thing.
Buddy Mantis is in the getaway ship waiting for my signal, and then we'll be on our merry way. But this plan won't work unless you help. I don't have clearance. My hands don't scan. Yours do. If you raise your hands, I get the clearance, and the chaos begins. It's a foolproof plan.
Hey, Rocket, we getting...
Okay, that's a great ride. Highly recommend. It's really phenomenal. As you can see, I'm leaving. Yeah, it was a full day. Got here at like 10 a.m. and stayed until like 9. So yeah, it was pretty full, but time to head back now because I got work early in the morning. So kind of post-review, Disneyland. Only having been to Disney World, it's actually quite interesting how different the original rides are, like Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion. They were a lot more different than I expected them to be. I thought they were going to be pretty much the exact same. So it was kind of interesting to see the difference and kind of gain a new perspective on it. I actually liked these more than the Disney World ones. It is a much smaller park, as you may know. Like, obviously, Land versus World. You can hear the fireworks in the background, but ultimately, I thought it was really cool. What they did with some of the stuff. Cars Land was crazy cool. I don't know why that's not in Orlando yet, but overall, the theming is much more reliable, and compared to World, where it's not as reliable, but it's still great. It's kind of interesting though. There's nothing like Epcot here, nothing like Animal Kingdom, and while it does seem like they have more roller coasters and thrill rides, they really don't. It's just because they have fewer rides and a majority of them are more thrill. So it's kind of interesting to see the difference there. And I'm really curious what they're going to end up doing with Star Wars Land. If it's going to be exact same, if they're going to have differences too. But I guess time will tell. And there's my car all by its lonesome. So I will admit, I did get into pin trading today. I bought a lanyard, of course it has to be red, white, and blue because America. But as you can see, I purchased a good amount of them just to start me off. Got a BB-8 one right here. And I got an Incredicoaster. Had to get this one because it was hard to find. And if it's hard to find now, with it just opening, then I'm sure it's going to be hard to find later. I got Olaf because I have to. And I got this Star Wars mystery pack that came with this one. And then this Stormtrooper right here. But yeah, so it'll be really interesting to see how pin trading works in the future when I come back. I'm actually ready to trade because I just bought these. I'm like, I'm not really wanting to trade ones I just spent like $13 on, so it'll be fun. Well, anyway, that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for sticking through the day with me. It's a very long day, probably a short video though. Try to keep things short and concise for you guys. So yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind just hitting that like and subscribe button below, that would mean a huge deal to me. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Matt signing off.